Great.
Right, hello there, everyone. Fuck you, Doyle. Right, welcome back to James Redmond TV. Welcome back to another episode of the Redmonds Reds, and we have got three very special guests. To my left, right. Are you, Darren? I'm getting confused. I always get confused on this. I've got the Irish sensation that is Darren Whelan. Yeah, get a round of applause for Darren.
Yeah. Two James is right. I am. The look of the Irish with Kelleher. Good call, yeah. Chuffed to be on. Hope you are all keeping well too, as well as you all look this evening. So thanks for having me on, and I look forward to it.
So nice, isn't it?
Oh, Darren, you're a legend. Below me, not literally in terms of this thing. We've got Alex. We've got the owner of the Cop TV.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much, Dave.
How are you, brother?
I'm very well. I might as well plug it. Just had a chat with Emil Heskey, so you can all watch that tomorrow at 11.
Shut up, lads. If you didn't plug that, I'd have been fuming.
Yeah. But I'm actually sure that all four of us here are pretty much Irish, aren't we?
We're all Irish in our own way.
My name is Doyle, lad. That's my first name.
Well,
It's James. James.
Yeah, that's Irish as it gets. Doyle.
Yeah, Doyle.
Bill Gay is a very Irish name, actually.
Hey, shout out to our boy.
What's
shout out to our boy, Welford. Hey,
yes,
everyone, go and subscribe to Welford TV. He's a little legend, man. He's a legend. He's like the
got a good round of applause last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he knows more words than you.
He knows well more words than I do. You mad?
Yeah.
I just go, what lads? What lads? I'm like, Doyle, lads, you don't know.
Definitely
Right. So let's just do a brief. Everyone, welcome to the stream. This is always just a chill, stream. Redmonds Reds. It was brought to bring on Liverpool fans, neutral fans, but today we got three of the best Liverpool fans you can bring on. So the topics that we're going to be discussing today, lads: Gini Wijnaldum possibly wanting to sign a new contract. Virgil van Dijk and what he told Gini Wijnaldum before the game. Then we'll do a brief on, our last thoughts on the Liverpool-Wolves match. Also, we're going to actually touch on, and I didn't mention this before the stream, we're going to actually touch on Spurs and Chelsea and whether we're worried about them. Also, that's going to be another topic of conversation. And lastly, would you still buy a centre-back? And then after that, we're going to do a quiz, as we always do, at the end of Redmonds Reds. So, we'll kick off the show and welcome everyone to the stream. Like I said, make sure you subscribe. Gini Wijnaldum to sign a new contract. Literally 24 hours ago, Alex, I was saying to you on your channel, I don't think it's going to happen, lads. Don't think it's going to happen. I don't think everything it would have happened by now is what I'm trying to offer to you, and it's just Gini Wijnaldum, whatever he asks for, you give him. Whatever he does, you give him. He's a legend. He is a legend. And I was on Rance's channel before. Make sure you go and check that out when it's out. But he was talking to him and he was like, so do you think that all your players are world class in your starting 11? I went, Rance, I'm not even trying to be a biased Liverpool fan. I really do. I understand from your perspective that they're not, but I really, really do. And he was like, Gini Wijnaldum isn't world class. I was like, oh no, Gini Wijnaldum is world class. I don't give a fuck Doyle, what's your thoughts on that?
Lads,
You've got to have words, don't we?
Wait there, bro, wait there.
Yeah, wait there, people. Wait there. Yeah, Doyle, you go get that, brother.
Pour it around.
There you go.
Know the dance.
Do you see this, lads? Can you see this?
Gini Wijnaldum.
I keep this on my wall, lad. And you know why? Because this player is the most consistent man on our team. He plays every game. Yeah. He plays his ass out, lad. This fella, lad, deserves respect, lad, and he deserves a new contract. And every Liverpool fan needs to recognise that he's a legend. And anyone that's not a Liverpool fan, he's a world-class player, lad. He's a technical genius. He can score goals, lad, and he's just doesn't get injured. He's like a Ruud Gullit, lad, a new Ruud Gullit. That's what he is, lads.
Some people might disagree with that, but you know what I mean? It's like I do understand why he was, but Gini Wijnaldum is world class in my opinion. What do you reckon, Darren?
Yeah, and what I love about Gini is, lads, and I've been going on and banging this drum the last while about it. There's a lot to be said for a player being available, being fit, wanting to play. When he comes out, the chest is out. He's just immense. He's given the gene up to all the players. He's on that back. He's just so good. When, like, have you ever seen him in a tight space? I remember we were playing Barcelona, we were 4-0 up. I was at the halfway line. He was in a tight space and he just shimmied round two of them and laid it out to, I think it was, Robertson was taking off. Shaqiri went over to the left at the end of the game. It's just sensational. I just love Gini. Everybody does. His work rate, his ethic, his attitude, all the basic stuff that a footballer should have. He's just able, and he just brings that into his game all the time, and he's just getting better and better, lads. And we talked about the start of the season bringing in Thiago and how good Henderson was. Could Henderson be better? And Thiago come in, Gini go. Thiago's going to find it hard now to go into the team ahead of Gini because he has that fight, the attitude, the spirit, to never give up, and he's a leader on the pitch. But and I've only good words to say about Gini.
James, if I could, on Gini, I feel like he's maybe been a victim of not feeling the love from the stands with the fans away. I mean, every game he played,
like the song reminds me.
What I'm trying to say is, there's been so much talk from January to now about will he sign, won't he? I mean, like Darren said, he could find space in a phone box, but I feel like because the fans haven't been there to tell him how much they love him every single week,
and we do love him.
Maybe he's gone like, well, actually, do they love me as much as they say they do? And I think last night maybe just changed things, and I think maybe he's actually felt a bit of the love, scored a goal, given it for Verge, like. I think maybe last night might have changed things. Liverpool today have gone, actually, we need to sign this fella up, and we need to give him a piece of paper, whatever he writes down, just pay it.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Straight up, lads.
Yeah, no, definitely. I agree 100%. Alex, oh, sorry, Darren, did you want to say something?
Yeah, well, in the summer when Thiago won the 7 Bundesligas in a row, he was sensational at Champions League, and he again was a player in his peak. We were all saying just £30 million, a no-brainer, go and get him. The difference was we hadn't seen Thiago play for Liverpool. Now that we've seen Gini play for Liverpool, he's over 150 assists since he arrived in 2016. Big, huge, important goals. He hasn't got a lot of goals, but when he has, they've been crucial. Just give it to him, lads. I mean, it's a contract. Why not?
You got to give it.
Needs to turn your lights on. I look like Casper the Friendly Ghost.
And it's not even the case of Emre Can get one. I mean, he's far by better a player, more consistent than Emre Can. So this is one that we can't let go.
But lads, we all remember at the start of the summer, everyone was going, "Oh, if it is between Thiago and Gini, then obviously Gini's got to go." Imagine if he went. Imagine how fucked we. Sorry, James, I don't want to swear, but
no, swear loads. I fucking swear all the time.
Yeah, you swear on mine all the time. And Doyle, you got me demonetized the other day, you little cheeky bastard. Anyway, what is money anyway? Just numbers. No, but he is like. Imagine how messed up we'd be now if we didn't have Gini, who, let's face it, starts every single game, whether that's League Cup, FA Cup, Champions League, Premier League. He starts every game pretty much. So I love Gini Wijnaldum, and he is one sexy motherfucker as well. He looks like one of the characters in the loading screen from GTA. He's so cool. Like, he's just an absolute
you're right. You're right. See,
if I saw him, people would have to stop me from jumping on his back and just giving him a bear hug.
Lads, honestly, I've met him, and when I met him, bro, he was just a suave gentleman, lad. He was a gentleman, bro. Just a cool Dutchman, lad.
Dutch, and he's got
exactly, lad. A cool Dutchman, lad.
He loves his fellow people. He loves Scousers. What's not to love about Gini? There's a comment here from King Michael, and I'm just thinking to myself, like he says, what about Naby Keita? I don't think he's put the time that Gini has put in. He might be just as good of a player, but he's put nowhere near. He hasn't got enough credit in the bank, so I don't think you can say he's a world-class player, and I don't even think you can really say he's close. Maybe his ability can get him there, but I'm not sure. But anyway, we're here to talk about Gini and news, which I haven't even announced yet, that reports are suggesting that Liverpool are going to open talks signing a new contract with Gini Wijnaldum. That's what's coming out, and it's crazy because, like I said, Alex, on your channel, literally 24 hours ago, I was saying I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think Liverpool are interested.
That's what I mean. Last night has changed it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has, lad. Seeing them fans, giving them the love again, that's defo. Plus, lad, I think he's realised how much of a crucial part he is now that Thiago's out.
Well, even Gini and Klopp came out with the quotes, and touching on what you're saying there, Doyle, they came out with the quotes, and both of them, Gini said, talk to the club, like, as in to say, like, why are you talking to me? I don't know. I want to sign it. But then Klopp came out and was like, Gini's massive to us. I'd love him to stay. But then you realise, wait, oh shit, yeah, it's not your decision, is it? Like, why? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Nah, Gini's a legend. Gini is a legend, and he is world class as well. Also, staying on the topic of Gini, did you see what Van Dijk? Did you see the report about what Van Dijk said to him before the game about how he wanted them to score the goal? And I just want to know your thoughts on that. He went, "You better score today," like in the stadium in front of the fans.
That's why he done the celebration, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's why he's done the celebration to follow up. I was just thinking, you know what, mate, that's class. Like, that is absolutely class. Virgil's just in the perfect environment, isn't he? Like, you know, under the circumstances that he's in, you know, he's in the perfect club. He's got close mates. You can see everyone loves him. Everyone looks up to him as well, in a sense. Virgil is a different level. But this is what I want to ask you, and this just to spark debate. Everyone in the comments get involved. But when everyone in our team is fit, hypothetically, I know it's probably never going to happen, but if everyone was to be fit, including Thiago, what's our best midfield three? Based on what you've seen to now. Because I'm sure we would have had a slightly different answer in the summer, just presuming that Thiago was going to be there, and he probably would have been. But now, what's your best midfield three? Just been giving it the big uns for Gini.
I feel like I feel bad because I've said from a while back our best midfield three is Fabinho, Thiago, and Henderson, and I feel bad now for, you know what I mean. I feel a bit guilty seeing how well Gini has been playing and how consistent he's been. This season has just thrown everyone's position and everyone's purpose up in the air. Really and truly, is Fabinho even a centre defensive midfielder anymore? If that is the case, then obviously Gini goes in, but I don't know, it's a tough one. I would never complain to see Gini in the starting lineup, put it that way. I'll never be like, oh, what's he playing? Ever.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
I think it's one of them, lads. You've got to be realistic when it comes to it. And if you look at Thiago, bro, he does get injured. So if we're looking at the next few years of Liverpool
Doyle, if everyone was fit, this is the question. This is why it's a debate. If everyone is fit, we're excluding injuries and all that. Based on playing ability, not even from what you've seen, what's our best midfield? I say to you, this is going to be the three.
Lad.
No, it is fair.
It's not, lad.
We're coming to a conclusion. That's what we do here on the James Redmond TV. When I say to you, everyone's fit. We've got three in midfield. Who, in the name of Sweet Nancy Francis, is getting in that midfield? And it's the midfield that starts most of the games that season. Obviously, they'll chip in with a few, but that's the majority. What's the best?
Gini, Hendo, Thiago.
No fab,
lads.
No fab.
Oh, it's heavy, bro. It's only because he's got his shirt.
To be fair, Gini is
if he was in Fabinho's box, he'd be saying fab, trust me.
Yeah, that's
sorry, James. On the Copa video recently, we only had a debate about the best midfield and who ours was, and at the time I'd went with Henderson, and just in front of him was Thiago and Gini. I gave me reasons why that. I'm glad that hasn't changed. There's no guilt on my end. But look, our tried and trusted midfield that has been so good for us the last two seasons is Fabinho, Henderson, and Gini. Now with Thiago coming in, it's maybe put things into perspective. Well, would you put Thiago in there? But with just how world class he is, the finesse he has to his game, the no looks, it's unbelievable. I'd have to have him in there, but then there's probably times as the season goes on, we might have Curtis Jones, James Milner in there. I mean, we've a lot of midfield options, lads, and that was why I was probably slightly surprised in the summer that we did sign Thiago and someone didn't leave. I know Lallana left, but I think what Lallana going was to give more game time to Curtis. But Vox to come back too. He doesn't get in though, but I mean, again, another good option. Premier League experience.
You're bringing me up of last week. Ox hasn't even been in the thought process for me. Like, obviously, I've saw the news, but it's just like, if everyone was fit in this conversation, he doesn't touch it. Curtis Jones is above Ox.
Yeah, he is now.
Yeah,
He is,
He's
lad.
gone above him. I'm not saying he's a better player right now, but he's gone above him in the pecking order for the team.
Yeah, Curtis Jones. Did you see? You know when we were talking about how great that ball was from Trent when he whipped it in and we got the own goal. Did you see the build-up play before that? With Curtis? He dropped the shoulder, beaten 2 men, and whipped it out to Trent like it was in the park. He's just whipped it to feet. Trent takes one touch, and that was like unreal.
He's very direct, Curtis, lad. He wins at players, lad. He's not like the midfielders that we've got.
Confident.
He's confident and
confident
he's big and he's strong as well, lad. And he's got a good dribble.
Is so big.
Yeah.
It's so big.
And he's Scouse, lad. And
bigger than a big
well.
you know what? Anyway.
He's a Woolen,
I have to
lad.
say, at the start of the season, I raised a little bit of a concern that Curtis would find it hard getting into the team. Obviously, I just named some of the midfield options we had, but him and Nico Williams have been really given that chances, but particularly Curtis has taken them well. He's even added a goal to it. At the end of last season, when we had Big One, we played Villa, he scored his first goal. I think he came on in that game only and scored, and since then, you can see most of the time he's consistent. You can see he's only going to get better. And look, he's only 19, so there will be times where he has an off day. He's probably not done what we'd expect him to do, because let's be honest, lads, our standards now, the barrier is set so high that when someone doesn't really have a game 4 or 5 seasons ago, there was excuses made as to why they didn't, and we've seen the bigger picture. Now we're all a little bit, probably a bit more narrow-minded because of the success and how high the barrier is, that we're on someone's back if it's a bad half an hour, 4 minutes. So it's great to see Curtis getting in there and doing so well at 19 years of age. It's unbelievable. I seen a picture recently of him and Nico celebrate when they were young.
No, it was boss that way, it was quality.
Quality. Yeah, it was very emotional for them, but it's been brilliant so far. And they just seem like they're the 2 players that have each other's back, and they're good friends outside of off the pitch.
Darren, so what was your midfield 3?
Henderson, and in front of him, as a holding midfielder, Thiago and Gini.
Okay.
He's right, Darren, lad.
Right, so Doyle, can you remind us of what yours was?
Same as Darren's, lad.
Yeah,
Hendo
so
at the back, Gini and Thiago.
You aren't including Fab. Right, Alex, I'm interested to know what you think. What's your best midfield 3?
Thiago, Hendo and Fab. I'm sorry, Ginny. I'm sorry. I love you so much.
Even after what he's done this season,
right or wrong.
Oh, come on. You can't have a go at me for that team. I love Ginny, but...
I've got a question, Hey, listen, I'm the host. I've got a fucking question, Listen, I might even agree with you, but I've still got a fucking question, Got to still question. You got to validate your point. I agree. I agree with Alex, to be fair. And I feel like an absolute bastard for doing it. I really do. I feel like the biggest dickhead.
Both are, lad, that's why.
You're right, Doyle. I am the biggest knobhead since whoever. But Darren, one thing that I will say to you, mate, Darren, you summed it up perfectly in the sense that I think there is no right or wrong. We have just got that many good players, and the fact that Gini is even being thought about in the same conversation as a person who has just won the Champions League, dictated a Champions League final, also won 7 Bundesligas in a row. Big part of that, by the way. They wanted him to stay, by the way. It's not like they just let him go. He wanted to go. When you put all that into perspective and you say, Gini is just below that, though, but that's still respect. That from what he was.
Could be all of them. Could be all of them, really.
Yeah, that's the point.
Ideally, if you had 12 men on a pitch, there should be a piece of piss. But it sounds if buts maybes. Anyway, so Liverpool versus Wolves. Just wanted to get some of your last thoughts on it. So with time to digest it, Alex, I just want to know what you think. I don't know really how a better way to ask this than basically say, how big was yesterday? How big was it?
I mean, I've just spoken to Emil about this. I said, think about this, Emil. Last night, there was no presence from Virgil, Gomez, Alisson, Thiago. The list goes on and on. So just imagine how good we're going to be when these lads come back. I mean, listen, we've kept a clean sheet with an Irish goalkeeper. Respect, man. Respect, man.
Respect, man.
Respect.
Yeah, that's
the look of the Irish.
It was massive. The look of the Irish, the look of the Irish.
No luck about it.
Was it the best performance of the season, Darren?
Yeah, it was. I thought so. And why I say that is because pre-game all week, I was listening to a couple of people at work and I was watching Sky, and a couple of them had 65 games now going in. You're going to a bit of a milestone now, unbeaten. That's, you eventually will be beaten at home. The Wolves had only beaten Arsenal. Jimenez come off, and we all knew they were going to put in a solid, really good work rate shift for him, because that's what they done. They came out the shorts. They went to Arsenal last week and won, which, by the way, whatever we think of Arsenal, it's a hard place going to the Emirates and winning.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And look, lads, they're a quality side. They beat Man City twice last season. They've lost a couple of players we know, but that manager is unbelievable. And I think Wolves, lads, they're one of those sides, a bit like Southampton, that they pull out some really good results and consistent results against some of the top teams. I thought Leicester was a tough game. I thought Sheffield United, West Ham, all these games are tough at home, but I expected us to win. Going to this game, again, I expected us to win, but no one would have predicted 4-0. No one would have predicted that Nico Williams was played what he done, Gini was going to score. All these things were going to just happen for us on the night. And to top it all off, with fans there, I seen with a 90-something-year-old, I seen on social media earlier at the game earlier, who was chuffed to be at it. He was a season ticket holder, and all this, lads. Emotions are high, but it was just unbelievable. I thought it was our best performance and our best result of the season. We're now on 24 points out of 33. This time last season, we 31 out of 33 after 11 games. You put into context that we'd no pre-season, we'd like 100 squad players out with COVID. We had to use our under-23s, our under-18s. We've went through the Champions League group, winning every game, bar one, obviously, with an off day. And that's going to happen. We've 3 games now every week up until, I think it's February. 1.5 off days, and so will the other teams around us. But as I said last night, lads, the cream rises to the top. And as Doyle was saying last night, and I touched on his quote, form is temporary, class is permanent. So I thought absolutely, James, yesterday was our biggest result and our best result, I feel, and anyway, and there's a load of different reasons why. I was really, really chuffed with it last night, and it's one of those I think we look back on and say that was a statement.
Yeah, in so many aspects, Dan, and I agree with you there. I think it just sums up everything that we'd be thinking about that. And so what's the only thing people are disagreeing, well, not even disagreeing with us on, they're basically just saying, why aren't you talking about this player? Why aren't you talking about that player? What do you want us to do? People talk about every player individually. They were all boss. There you go. They were all fucking boss. You know what? I done a player ratings earlier. I'm going to change them all. 10 out of 10, everyone. 10 out of 10. Honestly, mate, that was flawless.
I'm sorry, James.
From start to finish.
I think Alex had last. Sorry, James. Sorry for getting in there. I think Alex had asked last night who the man of the match was, and like, how do you put a man of the match? You know, you could say Matic, he gets a goal, comes on, assist, looked really good. Nico Williams, to be fair, now Welford gave him man of the match, and he again had good reasons as to why he was caught for a while. He stepped it up against Ajax and stepped it up again last night, and there were so many players, even Curtis Jones, Gini Wijnaldum, and Henderson was awesome. I've seen some of the stats today, like. But I can't pick one, lads, and again, one of those games.
Even Bobby, this comment is perfect here from I'm terrible at names. Jason, I'll just say it's that. Bobby is back to his best. He has had 3 or 4 games that he's played good. I mean, to be honest with you, I think it's fair enough to say that he's building momentum. Definitely. I mean, to say he's back to his best, he needs to do more than just 3 or 4 games to be back to his best. But he's someone that you need to talk about. He's coming back into form. Fabinho, we've conceded 2 goals since he's come into centre back, something like that. He's amazing. Matip, everything offensively.
He's only conceded 1 goal.
He's amazing. 1 goal, my bad.
1 goal, and that was a penalty.
My disrespect, and it was a pen. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Fabinho, you cannot quantify. You have to differentiate him being a midfielder. He is a world-class player, everything into one, and that means he can do shit like that. Fabinho is boss, and the fact that he never got into any of your first teams is great. I'm messing. We're not going to go on to that argument. I think that's fair enough. Quick time to reflect, dead quick, before we move on to the next one. Who was your man of the match, boys? Come on, we've got to do it dead quick. Off the
Robbo.
Henderson. Oh, I'm going to go. I'm going to say Salah. I thought Salah was boss.
Robbo for me.
There's no right or wrong with that.
Amazing. There's no right or wrong, Darren. You're right. So
Robbo had his own brew.
I know, yeah. Should we? But one thing I wanted to ask you, boys, even though Liverpool, with all the injuries, we've been able to maintain our position and we've been able to stay at the top, which I don't think any other team in our circumstances would be able to do.
Yeah.
But, and there's a but, should we, or are you worried about Spurs? Alex, we'll start with you.
Yeah, a little bit. I can't lie to you. They are obviously going to set up to put 11 men behind the ball and play us on the counter attack. I think we know that's how they're going to play. So hopefully we just press, and
not even the game, Alex. I mean, just in the title race. Are you worried about like Spurs? Are you worried about like Chelsea for the whole season? Do you think that they can keep up with us for the majority of the season?
I think out of the two, I'd go with Spurs over Chelsea. And I've probably never said that in my life before, but I think they're just a little bit of a different animal with Jose. He knows what he's doing. Don't deny that he's going to come and try and spoil the party when we do play them a week on Wednesday. He'll definitely try and do that. But if we can get through that one with a big win again, I think that really does confirm us as favourites. I still believe that we are favourites to win it. I don't really like favourites and underdogs and that kind of stuff. But do you know what I mean? I think we are still favourites to win. But
there's one reason
to challenge us, it's Tottenham.
There's one reason why they can't win the league, lads. Because Harry Kane's going to get injured. Simple as that, bro. And without Harry Kane and Son, that counter-attack football does not work because they don't have any world-class finishers apart from them two. That's the difference, lad, between winning a title and being close to winning a title. Liverpool done it for years. And the reason why we're doing so well now is because we have depth. And that's why we're doing so well in the league in this instance this year, because we have fringe players that are able to do a job just as well as other teams' first-team players. Do you know what I mean? This is what Tottenham don't have, and I know what Harry Kane's like. He gets injured every season for a period. He'll get injured again.
So he's like their Jordan Henderson, isn't he? Not in the sense of how he plays, but in terms of how important he is to that team. Like he's
really important, lad. He's boss, lad. Son and Harry Kane are boss, lad. And don't get me wrong, if they play against us, I'm worried. I'm not going to lie. Especially because, you know, Jose, he just knows how to play against Liverpool, lad. He's always known how to play against them. And he always shuts up shop.
He's still a good manager. He's still a top-class manager.
He's not, lad. You know, no, anyone that says he's silly, lad.
People weren't having that attitude a few months ago, Doyle. Even me. Yeah, I'm going to be dead honest. I was like, yeah, he's done it. And then he's just came in.
He's done a job, lad. That's it. He's top of the league, bro. So Spurs, right? Spurs are one of them teams that you just think, well, they're just going to fall back off. Like what he said. That's exactly what he said, lad. And he haven't. He's just kept on going, bro. They beat City. So they'll be coming to Anfield and they'll be wanting to do a job against us. And the one thing I think that's going to be the difference again is the 12th man, lad. That made a difference to our team against Wolves, lad. That's why they won 4-0. That's why they put a show on, lad. That's why Gini's staying, lad. This is why I reckon when we play them, we'll be all right. Plus, we've got a game to rest against Midtjylland and we're playing Fulham as well, lad. It's not like we've got two very difficult games. So maybe Thiago comes back then. Maybe Alisson comes back then. Trent is back then. You know what I mean? The team's starting to form and shape again. So
that's when the conversation changes, isn't it? So you'll have
resurgence, lad.
Yeah, that's it. Because even though it's broken now, it's not going to be like that forever. So it's like when you put it in that perspective, it's fair enough. And it's like, do Spurs and Chelsea have not only the managerial experiences, but the players? We know we can have a good manager but not get over the line. But because the players haven't had that experience of getting over the line, no Tottenham players have experience. Chelsea are a big club, even very recently, won many trophies, but they have got a completely new team of youth players, of world-class players. And I give so much credit to Chelsea because I did not think Frank Lampard would be able to get all that many new players gelling well together.
Yeah, fair play to him.
I think that they're really good this season. They're a problem, but I don't know if they'll stay in the title race for the reason that
too suggested.
Young. Is there anyone else that can get into the title race, or do you think, from what you're saying, because our team's getting all back together,
City,
you know, will it be just a one horse like it was last year, or do you think
it's City? It's City, lad. I'm talking about depth. City, the only team that match Liverpool for depth, lad.
But can they get back in the title race?
Yes, lads. It's Man City, mate. We're not writing them off. Yeah, they will. They definitely will, lads. They're one of them teams, bro. When they fix on something, they can do it. So we've just got to be on our game and make sure we're doing it week by week like we're doing it, lad. And just hopefully maintain that level that we're doing. And hopefully when the players are coming back, get better and better. That's all we can hope for. Because City, bro, do not count them out.
You're right.
Don't let
you're right. When they've got that many good players, you can't.
Let's see in January, lad. That's what I say. After this is the part of the season when everyone starts going mad about all these teams and that. Let's see in January. That's what I say about all the teams, lad. I reckon Liverpool will still be somewhere up there, lad. And I think City will have made us a resurgence back up there as well. That's what I'm saying.
It's a fucking crazy season. I don't know. Like, do you know if the season could be a crackhead? This season. This season.
In the entry, lad.
Yeah, doesn't know what to do with life. Doesn't know what to do with life. Doesn't know what direction to go. Doesn't know who it really wants to choose. It's just creating mad stories, letting Aston Villa beat us 7-2. Like, this season's fucking mental, mate. Everything about this season is fucked. Yeah, then, boys. So we'll touch on Spurs because people are saying to talk about Spurs. We'll talk about Spurs in when it's closer to the game. As for now, I want to talk about January because that is approaching. I mean, don't get me wrong, Spurs is closer, but there's been the big topic about centre-backs, and you were talking about a squad resurgence, and we're talking about, Nat Phillips is decent, or Reece Williams is decent, or Matip and Fabinho are boss. Do you still want to buy a centre-back in January? If so, who? Doyle, we'll start with you, my mate.
I want to buy someone. I don't think it's going to happen because everyone's going to want to know that we need a centre-back and charges loads for a player, lad. So I don't think it's going to happen because Klopp's just going to be like, nah. So what I think he's going to do is just use Reece Williams in the Champions League and Nat Phillips in the Premier League when and where needed. That's the way it's going to be. I would like to have what's his name from the RB Leipzig?
This guy, Upamecano.
Yeah, him. Other than that, that's what's going to happen, lad. That's what will happen.
We're being linked with many Leipzig centre-backs. Many. Even this Kabak has been one that's been suggested.
Do you know when we played against Ajax?
Shares.
Shares.
Shares. He was quality. I've been shouting Shares' name since the first game that we played them. I think he's quality. But that being said, Doyle, Ajax fans have gave reviews about Shares, and apparently he's just very inconsistent. And it's like it's all good for It's like he can come in and like he can do fantastic against you, but they're shaky for the other teams. And even though he's young, and even though we can play around Van Dijk and Lane, it can be a risk. But that's why I'm asking you, Alex, would you buy a centre back?
Get on this. We don't need to buy one. How about that?
I don't think there's a right or wrong answer here. I really think there's a fair argument for both sides.
We don't need one. We don't need one. Like I said, you could put Mr. Blobby in at centre back, and we'd still keep a clean sheet. We'd still win.
2 weeks ago, we needed one, though.
We did, but look how well we've reacted to the situation. I think
after a couple of games, are you comfortable then?
We have proved. I would say since Van Dijk got injured, we have proved that we don't need another centre back. The only thing that could make us get one by force is if Fabinho and Matip become injured again. Get the phone right now and buy someone in the centre-back position. But right now, as things stand, with Gomez and Van Dijk being out and Fabinho and Matip being in, I'm going to say no, we don't need one.
And we've got to back up each Reece Williams and Nat Phillips who can literally play in one or the other league. So it's like... It is perfect setup already, just to keep going, lad.
If you asked me, I don't think I would buy a centre back either, and I don't know if that's just confidence. I can't have agree along the lines with Ash, and maybe I'm cheating a bit, but it's just like I don't mind. I don't mind if we got one. Like I'd be sound with it. I'm sound with any signings, but it's just, do we need one? Like the question is, do you think we still need a centre? Well, actually, the question is, would you get a centre back? But if you ask me if we need one, I don't think we need one as much as we thought we possibly did. That being said, if a Joel Matip was to get injured tomorrow, then you're probably having different thoughts again. You're reminded, like, oh shit, fucking hell, Joel Matip. Like, even though when he plays, he's boss. Dan, what would you do?
Yeah, I'm going to disagree, lads. I think Joel Matip gets a lot of injuries. We've seen last season Fabinho got a couple of injuries. Henderson, we know Henderson then came into that hold, the midfield role, and was absolutely unbelievable, right? So I think centre half, lads, it's a good question at the moment, but as the weeks go on, the Christmas period's coming up, we're going to have a lot of games coming thick and fast against physical, tough opponents. I'm looking at our fixtures now, and there's a lot of tough games coming up between now and the end of January. If we get one of the back injured or COVID or something happens and there's a run of 3 or 4 or 5 games coming up, I don't see any harm in bringing in a centre-back, lads. I think when you're on top, you try and stay on top, and you try and be recruitment, staying sharp, and you try and have the squad taken over. I would love to see someone like David Alaba off Bayern, and I'll tell you why.
Alaba,
he's in the peak of his career.
He's versatile. He brings so much to the
Thiago's his mate as well, lads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why I would say him, lads, is because he's in the peak of his career. I think he's 28, 29 now, playing a variety of different positions. Simple James Milner would be steps out the next.
I say that.
Well, we probably have him for 10 seasons, won't we? How big
James Milner. He's a quicker, more agile James Milner.
Yeah, and the attitude and his availability as well, like what Gini has in the players. But I'm just thinking, lads, look, I understand, as it stands now, I would say no, not a centre-back. We haven't seen a lot of Reece Williams, Nathaniel Phillips when the going gets tough, when it's back against the wall, and we really need that. Shores again, another player off Ajax who I really rate. I think there's talk of him £30-odd million. Upamecano again, he gets a fair share of injuries. Young French lad, we know these young French centre-halves are really good. Kabak's a Turk, he's 20, good experience. Yeah. It's hard to say, lads, whoever they bring in, we believe in, but I would love to see Alaba come in.
Alaba will be a beast on 3, like. Alaba on a 3 would be a beast.
Alaba. If it's me, I'm doing everything I can to get Alaba.
With the talk of Gini coming out today,
prone so much, boys. We're just forgetting because he's had a couple of good games. And man, back in normal zone, I'm getting a centre back. Man, I'm getting a centre back. I don't think we will, but I'm getting one if it's me.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's what's the harm in getting one anyway? But it's a conversation maybe for another couple of weeks, see how we get through this period. Yeah. Going back there, lad, sorry I missed the last question there. Am I afraid of Chelsea or Spurs? You ask any Spurs fan at the moment, you're top of the league going into the Christmas period. You've only come off a good result, kept a clean sheet in North London derby. That's beyond their wildest dreams. So I'm telling you now, lads, and this will probably be played back wherever else, Spurs will not win the league. We talk about how good Mourinho is, his experience, his winning mentality. He's always had money. I'll give you a stat now, lads. Jurgen Klopp at Dortmund in 7 seasons, his net spend was just over £45 million. He went to Dortmund, transformed them with the likes and the powerhouse and the money spending of Bayern Munich, and what he done, got the Champions League finals. He's knocking around the block the last couple of seasons. What he's done with Liverpool has been phenomenal, lads. Let's not underestimate it. We talk about the great managers in Mourinho and other managers, but Klopp is up there, if not better. And what I like about Klopp is how he presents himself to the media, how he gives the answers, where we've seen Joe Dane a lot of times being a sore loser.
Klopp's better than you. I don't disagree with that.
His story is the best, lad. His come up is the best, bro. Ain't nobody 100%. Done it like Klopp, lad.
No one. Boys, I wanted to ask something dead quick. Sorry for interrupting you, darling. Have you got a piece of paper and pen close by? If so,
yeah, I do actually.
If not, could you try and get one if it's possible? But if it's too much of a stretch, then fair enough. Because I should have probably.
I had a feeling that was going to happen.
I should have said something. I know I'm a dickhead. I'm a dickhead.
It's all right, though, because we're all prepared.
He's right. Yeah, I should have reminded you there, for fuck's sake. You good?
Yeah, sort. Yeah.
Boss, right. So, are we ready for the Redmond's Reds quiz, people? Ooh. Are we ready? In the chat, we talked about everything we've needed to talk about. I feel like we've summed it all up well. In fact, Alan, did you want to finish off anything that you wanted to say there? Because I interrupted.
No, I was done. I'll talk for Ireland, so.
Yeah, mate. I'll talk for the city myself. Right, this is a quiz, and it's based on the man who could be possibly signing a new contract, Gini Wijnaldum, the man that this video is about. Now, people are going to be assuming, like, wait, what do you mean, a Gini Wijnaldum? Yeah, a Gini Wijnaldum quiz. But don't be thinking that's boring. Watch. This is variety. But before we do, we have got a super chat dead quick. Evening, gentlemen. Nat Phillips can be added for the Champions League in January, and we are going to retain the Premier League. In fact, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either, lad.
I'd still buy centre-back. Appreciate it, Universal John Jurgen Klopp, boss Jurgen Klopp. I don't know why I saw John there. Universal boss Jurgen Klopp. Thank you very much. And fair enough, lad. That's a good thing to put into perspective. Nat Phillips has been solid every time he's came in. I like the look on Nat Phillips. I really do. So everyone in the chat as well, make sure that you're getting involved with this. Gini Wijnaldum, you know the score. Get involved with the quiz. Right, boys, he is ready for the first question.
Ready, brother.
Right, so this first question, and they will change, but this first one is whoever gets the closest to, okay? So, Gini joined Liverpool in July 2016. How many appearances has he made since? And no cheating. No bloody cheating.
Not messing your voices just went off then.
Has it? Oh, yeah. Do you want me to repeat the question?
Can't hear you, lads.
Oh, yeah, Doyle. It's sweet. We'll give it a second. I'll tell you the question, but I'll tell these first. Alex, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Darren, can you hear me as well?
Yeah.
I can't hear
you
you.
now.
Right, Doyle, don't worry about it. I'll tell you in a sec. Let me know when you come back in. Right. So, Alex, Darren, the question is, how many appearances has Gini made since his Liverpool debut? And whoever gets the closest wins.
Do we tell you now, or
no? You write it down on the piece of
Okay,
paper, and then I'll tell you to reveal the answer.
Yeah. I'm going to put my thing on private chat, by the way, so I don't see the comments. I think Darren and Doyle should do the same.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Yeah,
I can't
man.
see
I
nothing,
have it
lads.
on there now.
All right.
Can you hear us
Yeah,
now,
I can
Doyle?
see Heinz and sound crap as
I
usual.
can hear Gilly, but I can't. Speak again,
Right.
Jay. I can hear you now.
Yeah, okay, sounds right. So Gini Wijnaldum joined Liverpool in 2016. How many appearances has he made since? In all competitions, this is, by the way, lads. All competitions. Alex was very confident saying he was going to win this quiz, by the way.
Yeah, pressure's on.
Yeah, but then I found out it's about Ginny and Doyle's got his bloody shirt up, so I don't know now.
I know,
Shit,
yeah.
now the pressure's on me, though,
Doyle,
lad.
this is your competition. Boys, I'm going to have to rush you, so have you got your answers?
Yeah.
I've got the first one.
Right.
Yeah.
So, the question was, Gini joined Liverpool in July 2016. How many appearances has he made since? Alex, reveal your answer first and also say it out loud.
In all comps, I've said 172.
Okay, so 172 for Alex. Doyle, reveal your answer.
I said 160.
160.
Yeah,
Okay.
in case of any injuries or anything like that, you know what I mean?
Okay, and Darren, your answer.
Never been injured.
Darren.
Sorry, I went off there, lads. Yeah, I have it here. 155 all competitions.
Okay, so the closest to it. So Alex, you said 172. Doyle, you said 160, and Darren, you said 155.
155.
I can tell you, the one who got the closest and will therefore get the first point of the whole quiz. It is the one. It is the only. The one who was confident before it. Alex, you get the first point, my brother. Yes, no.
Brilliant.
Yes, no. Right, so that means he is 1-0 up. I'm trying to fill it in.
What was it, bro? What was it?
What was the
109. It was 190 appearances in all
Wow.
competitions since he joined in July 2016. A lot of football.
Pathetic.
Shut up, you Gilly, lads.
Pathetic.
Yeah.
He said it in his London accent. He went pathetic. That's it. Right, so another question about Gini Wijnaldum, because this is the Gini Wijnaldum quiz. Gini made his debut for Liverpool on August 14, 2016, but who was it against? Now, I only want the team he played on his debut. I don't want no further add-ons about the game because there might be further questions about the game, all right? So just give your answer on who we played on his debut. Everyone in the comments, but make sure you can't see the comments though, boys. Make sure you can't see the bloody comments.
No, it's on private.
Boss.
Sorry, James, I missed that question. What you asked there, I have it on private. It just went off.
No worries, lads. No worries. Gini made his debut for Liverpool in August 2016. Who was it against?
I've got an answer.
Okay. Darren, you got an answer. Let me know when you've got an answer, boys.
Go on.
Yeah.
Ready? Okay. Doyle, you ready as well?
Yeah, man.
Boss. So, the question was, who did Gini Wijnaldum debut against? Everyone, a lot of people in the chat actually have got it wrong, to be fair. It was against Well, actually, I'm not going to say it yet. Reveal your answer, Alex. Who did you say?
Swansea.
Swansea. Okay, Doyle, you reveal your answer, my friend.
Sunderland.
Sunderland. Okay, and Darren?
Burnley.
Okay. Feel like you're going to slightly kick yourselves. Everyone was wrong, and it was Arsenal. It was the 4-3.
I knew it was.
4-3. Sadio Mane got a goal. Coutinho got 2 goals.
Black kits. Fuck.
Yeah, it was. And also, anyway, so he also provided an assist that day, but for who? Now, I've actually just gave you 2 of the people that scored that day, but he actually never assisted them, so it kind of excludes them. But he got an assist on that day, so who was that assist for? So it was 4-3 against Arsenal, and I've just gave you 2 of the scorers. I'm not going to remind you, but I've just gave you 2 of the scorers.
Adam Lallana.
Why did you just say that?
Oh, I thought you...
You dickhead, Alex.
Oh.
Are you mad?
Adam Lallana.
Did you have an answer written down?
Adam Lallana, lad.
I've got to give everyone a fucking Lallana.
Yeah,
I thought you were coming to us for our answer.
I remember that game quite well, though. It is.
Sorry, bro. My bad.
I remember it.
Nice one, Alex, lads.
Well, I've got to get them some point. Some bloody, yeah.
Do you know what? I'm actually not going to give the point to Alex. Nah, I'm messing. I'm messing. I'm only messing. Right, so it's 2 points to Alex, 1 point to Doyle, and 1 point to Dan. I'm just going to assume you all were going to get that one right. Knowing that he assisted on his debut, how many has he been able to accumulate since in 190 games in all competitions? So how many assists has Gini Wijnaldum had since going to Liverpool? The closest to this one will get the point.
Done.
Say done when you're ready,
Right.
people.
I don't.
By the way, people, make sure you're smashing the like button. Make sure you subscribed also. So you're all done, fellas. Right, Alex, reveal your answer first. How many assists has Gini Wijnaldum had since joining Liverpool?
21.
Okay, so 21 from Alex. Doyle?
19.
19. Okay. And Darren?
13.
13. Ooh. Right, so the point, funnily enough, goes to Darren and Doyle because it was 16 assists. So Doyle said 19, Darren said 13. That's 3 away from each other. So that means after just 3 questions, everyone is equal with 2 points.
Whoa!
Happy days.
Everyone is equal. There's still a few more questions to burn through here. We've still got 3 more. I'll have to put some bigger points for this one. Right. For this question, this is a 2-pointer, but it is also a multiple choice. So, in November 2016, Gini scored his first goal for Liverpool. Who was it against? Here's the multiple choice. Southampton, Burnley, Watford, Norwich City.
I know that.
Who did he get his first goal against? And don't say the fucking answer if you know
No.
it.
Done.
I know it.
Sweet. Doyle, have you done? Or do you want the answers again?
No.
Okay. So, reveal your answers, boys, and then we can confirm if it's right or wrong, Alex.
That'll be Watford.
Okay. Doyle.
Watford.
Darren.
Watford, a game where we hammered them. I think it was 6-1.
Right, so everyone gets 2 points
Yeah,
there,
because we
boys.
smoked them in that one, lad.
We absolutely tethered them.
Yeah.
That was Gini's first goal.
Was it snowing
I
that
think-
day?
Nah, it weren't
No.
snowing. It weren't snowing. Funnily enough,
It was a nice day
sorry,
out.
Darren. Sorry, funnily enough, that was the first time I ever went on Redmond TV, but I just don't talk about it because it was dead and my haircut was shit. But that was the first time, the first game that I went on Redmond TV. Fun fact. Yeah, so a point for everyone there. Congratulations, boys. 4 points for Alex, 4 points for Doyle, and 4 points for Darren. So, the next question, which I'm also going to do for 2 points. Fuck. Do you know what the next question was? What was the score that day? Amateur. Right, yeah.
So we all get 2 points for that then as well, don't
Yeah,
We all
pretty
get
much.
that, yeah.
Well, I've actually only got one more question, but I've got a safety question that I can ask just in case we need it. How many career goals has Gini got in 414 club appearances? This is overall in his career, by the way. When I say
Is this club and country?
Just club appearances. 414 club appearances. How many goals has he scored? Whoever gets the closest wins. And I'm going to make this one a 3-pointer. So whoever gets this wins the whole fucking thing. It's gone down to the last question. You know the dance. So unless you get the same answer, then it's defo getting a winner. Right, Alex, reveal your answer.
62.
62 goals in his whole career, yeah? Sweet. Doyle, reveal your answer.
Oh, this is hard, this, lad.
Reveal 414 club appearances. How many goals has Gini Wijnaldum scored?
70.
Okay. And Darren, how many goals has Gini Wijnaldum scored in his luxurious
25 goals
career?
I'm going for.
25?
He used to be in a centre attacking mid, I know that. So he used to score goals for PSV.
Mad.
You're talking about PSV and that, aren't you, as well?
We're talking about everyone. Everyone.
Remember, Newcastle in one game.
Yeah. And he scored, and I know a season he had for PSV, lad. He scored loads of goals, lad, in one of them. That's
you never know, though. You know, Doyle and Alex have gone high, so Darren can jump into
this. I feel a bit. They have me thinking different now. I'm thinking 24 is very low, but no, I'll go for it. It was me gut, so I'm happy to go with that.
Let me just remind people of the answer. So Darren said 25. Doyle said 60?
70.
70, and Alex
62.
62. I can reveal the one who got the closest answer and the one that is the winner of the whole competition is Doyle!
Brilliant. Well done. What a comeback.
See that, lad?
What a comeback.
See that,
lad? His neighbours are going to be
Gilly! Yo, me and Bluey, lad!
That's hilarious.
The pressure was on and you delivered. Fair play to Doyle.
Yes.
It was 91. It was 91 goals.
Oh, do you know what? I was going to fucking... I wrote, look, you can see, I wrote 8 and then crossed it out. I was going to put 84. You can see the 8.
Well, you fucking never. Yeah. If but maybes, motherfucker. Doyle won. Doyle lad is the champion.
Hello, Doyle.
I'd like to make a point as well, please. Remember, I gave Doyle a point, by the way. So if he wants to count this as a win, cool. All good.
Yeah. But you did that, lad. I didn't ask for that point. You gave me it, lad.
That's
you know what I mean?
True. That is true. And he might have got it right, Alex. We'll never know because of you.
He wouldn't have.
We'll never know because
we'll
of
never
you.
know, Gilly, lad. But either way.
We'll never know, Gilly, lad. I love it.
I'll shut up now.
Who knows? Yeah, you know what? Congratulations to Doyle. For winning the whole competition. Big up Doyle.
Well done, Doyle.
Alex is fuming.
I'm sorry, lad.
To be fair, the pressure was on. You came through.
If it was anything else, lad, Gilly would have beat me. But I think it was literally just because it was Gini Wijnaldum, lad. I felt the pressure.
You know what, though?
Yeah,
James comes to me for the answers first. Doyle then goes, well, that's probably about right. So let me just...
Hey, lad, don't take nothing away from me, Gilly, lad.
Wait, you were writing it down, though, Doyle, weren't you? And you were showing it to the screen.
Oh, let's get... Oh, hang on.
VAR check.
VAR check.
VAR check.
VAR check.
Closer to the screen, please, mate.
Much closer.
Oh, not sure. He's just put Ginny, hasn't he?
A lot of crossing on there, Doyle.
Yeah, there is, lad, because I was just...
Oh, VAR, what's it saying?
Right, let me look at the screen. Let me look at the screen.
The ref's having a look.
Yeah, let me get a camera view of it.
He's writing it now, look.
Deadly.
Look at the screen, James, properly. Look at it properly.
I'm not fucking seeing nothing, Doyle. Put it back.
He's talking to the guy out at Heathrow Airport that makes the decision.
Right.
Go down.
Right, split screen.
Go down. Can't see it.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be showing you, lad.
Nah, like
53, 6.
Oh, I don't know.
These are just numbers I was jotting down. You asked me for a number, I said 70, lads. What's wrong with
Where's
that,
70? Where's 70? Yeah,
I didn't write 70 down. I didn't write it. I stopped writing them down. You asked more than 5 questions, lads.
You see,
you asked more than 5 questions, lads.
Well, to be fair, to be fair, even if he didn't write 70 down, he still weren't to know.
He said it.
You know what I mean? He still weren't to know. So,
controversial,
What the
though.
hell, lads?
right,
This is
VAR,
bullshit,
right,
this.
VAR has concluded the decision on this matter. It will remain the victory for Doyle. It will remain.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much, lad.
It is going to stay.
Now.
For fuck's sake. Nah, but big up everyone in the chat. Doyle's cheating, lads. For fuck's sake, Doyle. Right,
There's Gilly's mates then, lad. Fuck off. That's Gilly's mate, that lad. David Keats there, lad, on the comments.
The stream now. It's all right.
Listen, boys, that was a class show. Thank you very much for coming on. People, make sure that you go and subscribe to the Cop TV. Literally, you can click on the name in the title. It will take you straight to the page. It doesn't even take it away from you. But we are rounding up this Redmond's Reds. I have been James Redmond. This has been the Cop TV gang, pretty much. It's been a pleasure, boys. Thank you for coming on.
Also, can I just say very quickly before we go, to everyone in the comments asking, does Doyle have a channel? Does Darren have a channel? Like, if you're not on it already, boys, just get on it, please. Hey?
Definitely,
I have
100%.
I have a channel.
I'm
also... Thank you, lad. Thank you. DJC, lads. I have a channel that I'm also a freestyle footballer. You can find me on
Freestyle DM.
Freestyle DM. So look on there if you like Scouse freestyle football skills, because that's what I'm delivering. As long with Gini Wijnaldum facts. There we are.
And if you forget to write,
this is a fix.
If you forget to write it down,
this is fixed.
Deadly. Fair play, lad.
Yeah, listen, that's the conclusion anyway, boys. But thank you for joining me once again. Everyone who's come into the stream, thank you for watching. I make sure that you're here for, I think tomorrow will be the next Redmond's Red, so make sure that you're there, and I will see you all very soon.
Match day preview on my channel tomorrow with James.
Oh, Emma Heskey as well.
With me?
Heskey.
Yeah.
And Emma Heskey.
Did you say that was 11 tomorrow?
Did
you say that was 11 tomorrow, Alex?
I might have to do... Yeah, so I can't have two videos going out at 11, can I?
Oh, shit, yeah. Well, we'll talk about
anyway,
this.
We'll talk about it, yeah.
We'll talk about this. Right, just make sure you're there. I'll share it. The fuck. Anyway, right, peace out, people.